Hello Markham Art students. Welcome to Mrs. Huber's art class, Distance Learning. This is lesson number 1 and we're going to talk about insects. Now I posted a video about the art room guidelines and how things are a little different. It's just 7 minutes long. If you haven't watched that yet, go ahead and pause this and go back and watch that first. And then we'll do this lesson together. A couple things I want to point out about this lesson about how to draw insects that look real. Things you're going to need for this lesson: just a pencil, some paper, and an eraser. And I think it's good when you're drawing with pencil and paper on a table surface to maybe use 2 sheets of paper. So put one piece of paper down and then the paper on top that you're going to draw on. You give a little bit smoother finish on the drawing. Okay, so I just want to talk to you about a few things about bugs and insects, and then I'll show you how to do this. There's also one more piece of business I want to tell you. I'm posting a video I made of myself telling a story. It's all done in cartoon about when I was young and I was a bug collector for the State Department of Entomology in Oregon. And it's kind of a silly story, but it's true. And it's a separate video you can watch another time if you'd like. So what I'm going to do first is show this poster about bugs and insects. I've got my good pointer stick from the art room, the old paintbrush. So insects are small, tiny little animals. Most of them have 3 sets of legs. These things that I'm telling you right now are going to be important in making your insect look real when it's time to draw. So there's 3 sets of legs right here coming from the top, middle, and bottom. Most of them have 3 sets to their bodies, 3 parts to their body. Here's the top piece is called the head. You can make an oval or a circle for that. The middle piece is the thorax, and then their body is called the abdomen. So you want the 3 parts to their body, and then you also want to make sure they have 3 sets of legs. Insects also have 1 or 2 pairs of wings. Maybe you'll choose to make a beetle where the wings aren't open, or maybe you'll choose to make a bug where you can see the wings are open. It's your choice. Bugs and insects come in all sizes. They're from all over different environments, from the desert to an icy lake. I've hiked up high in the snow of Mount Hood, and I've seen very unique, rare bugs up there that you might not see other places. They're really everywhere, from desert to snow. They come in lots of sizes, like I've said, but most of them are small. This poster is a really big bug. This young boy is holding a giant beetle. Most bugs don't come this big. I don't think I would feel brave enough to hold this big bug. But in his culture, it seems like it's no big deal to him, and he feels like he's safe. Bugs come in a lot of colors too. They're very beautiful, and as artists, it'll be fun for you if you have colors at home. If you don't, it still can be really interesting to create them in black and white. You're welcome to look up colored insects on online to give yourself some good ideas if you want to see different colors. The study of bugs, it's a big word. It's called entomology. Let's all say that together. Entomology. This is the study of insects. If you watch that other video I made of the cartoon of me when I worked for the State Department of Entomology, you'll learn about this word there as well. So the entomologist is the person who works with bugs and studies them and researches them and decides and learns what they do. There's millions of bugs and insects out there. New ones are being discovered all the time. Maybe the insect that you create today will be your own, and you'll come up with a name for it yourself. Even though it looks real, it can still be a pretend bug, your own bug. All right, so I'm going to move on. I'm going to do my best to make this so that you can see what I'm doing. I know it's hard. This is not what we're used to doing, but do your best to follow along, and we'll see what happens and learn as we go. Now, One thing that I want to point out, we've already talked about getting paper, pencil, and eraser. You don't have to do this with me while I'm talking. If you want to listen to the lesson and then go do, that's okay too. Or you could do both. While I'm drawing, you could be drawing. And then again, on your own, once you've got the hang of it. All right, so it's up to you how you're going to do that. But I would try to draw at least 2 or 3 different types of bugs. You can see up here on my chart, I've got a couple different varieties of beetles, and then over here a dragonfly and a butterfly or moth where the wings are open, and I'll show you how to do both. One thing that's important in learning how to draw insects is this word, symmetry. Let's say that one together too. Symmetry. Symmetry is when an object looks exactly the same on one side as the other side. You can see the butterfly here. Yes, it says it's the same on both sides. This beetle does not have symmetry. One side is stripes, one side is polka dots. So try and make sure that your bug has the same on both sides. If you look at my spots, because I'm a bug today, I don't have great symmetry. So I probably wouldn't make it as a true bug. So see if you can make your spots and your stripes the same on both sides. All right, so here I go. When you draw today, you want to use a pencil on your paper. I'm suggesting also that once you decide which bug to draw, that you end up drawing 2 or 3, right? I'm going to move this chart and show you the next one. The first insect I'm going to make is the beetle, to show you how to do it. The 3 parts that we talked about. Let me show you a different chart to remind you of those 3 parts. All right, so there we are again. 3 separate sections you need to remember today: the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. There's 6 legs on the insect as well. 3 sets of legs. We'll learn how to draw all of that. I'm going to draw with a pen because I think you can see it better, but I want you to use a pencil. It's better than if you decide to erase, you can. The chart also talks about what we talk about in art class. Number 1, bigger is easier. Maybe make the insect the size of the palm of your hand. No teeny, teeny, tiny. This makes things more complicated and difficult. You'll have more room for shading and design and pattern later when you make it bigger. So bigger is easier. The other thing it says is light touch with a pencil, whisper lines. So think about that you're not going to push hard on the pencil, but push gentle in case you decide to erase. I'm going to go ahead and push hard with a pen so you can see it, just because we're working with this unusual circumstance. All right, so you're using a pencil, I'm going to use a pen. We're deciding first to learn how to draw the beetle. 3 pieces make the insect. The head, think of circle or oval. Then the next piece, the thorax, it's a little bigger. And then of course, the body is the abdomen. I've got my 3 pieces. Maybe I'm going to make one more round like a ladybug or longer like a beetle. Your choice. When it's time to draw the legs, to make it look like an insect, remember it needs 3 sets of legs. That's a lot. And they do come out of very specific parts of the body. Look up here. I outlined in red the thorax. So here's his head, and here's the thorax, the next oval down. That's where my first set of legs is going to come out of. The chart says skinny hot dog shape. Even 2 lines of very thin rectangle shape would work, but nothing fat and big. Insects have really tiny, thin legs, almost just like a line. All right? So I'm starting out right out of the middle section. I'm going to draw straight out to the side a skinny shape, rectangle or skinny hot dog. The next one goes straight up. So up I go. And then the next piece goes in just a little bit towards his head. There is my first leg. Symmetry, we talked about it, right? Same on both sides. To make it same on both sides, I need this leg on this side. Straight out, go up and in. I've got my first set of legs on my insect. Move down, and we're going to add the second set of legs. This time it's through the abdomen. Here's the abdomen part of the body. And as I draw, I'm going to see if I can draw the second set of legs. I'm looking at my chart, realizing I need to do this so that you can see what I'm working on. All right, so I'm going to go right up here. I see the first one goes straight out of the side. So here I go. This is the abdomen. I go straight out. The second part of the leg goes kind of out and down. They connect. And then the last piece goes out to the side again. All right, there is my second leg coming out of the abdomen. I'm going to try it again on the second side. All three pieces. Relax, art students. Don't spend a lot of time erasing and worrying about this. Remember from the art room class guidelines, a lot of good deep breaths, and it's all good, right? So don't stress if it's not looking exactly like you want it to. You're learning through the process, and just enjoy, okay? Last set of legs. I see them over here in blue. This time, it's still coming out of the abdomen, the bottom part of that body. So here I go. I point it down a little bit, the little hot dog shape or skinny rectangle shape. And then I go straight down, and then the little leg goes out. Go down and out, straight down, and a little out. I'm noticing this piece down the middle. It looks a little bit like an upside down Y. So that's the wings. Go right down the middle of your beetle and then curve off to the side, and you will get that piece that you can divide, make it divide in half for symmetry when you're going to add your patterns in a little bit. Okay, I'm going to move on. All right, so the next thing I'm going to show you is drawing a winged insect. And then we'll go back to these two sets and add the pattern. If you're going to draw the winged insect, it still has the three body parts. Just like we talked about, your three body parts, the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. Don't forget those three parts. Here I go. I'm going to try the dragonfly. At the top is the head. You got to think about where you're going to put it on the paper. If I put his head over here and I wanted to later draw the wings, it would be harder because they go off the page. It's not the end of the world if your art goes off the page, though. A lot of good art goes off the page. But if you want to be able to draw the whole wing, place it more towards the center, giving you more space. So here's my head. Here comes the thorax, the middle part. And then the abdomen. It's kind of long and thin on the dragonfly. All right, I'm going to add two sets of wings. Insects have often one or two sets of wings. To add the wings, go out far to the side, up and come in. Go up and come in. I'm going to put a second set of wings that still attaches to this top middle section, the thorax. Instead of putting the wings down here, the dragonfly wings, maybe you've seen one in the yard or the park, they're up at top. So there's the second set of wings at the top. If you choose to draw a butterfly, your wings are a little bit different shaped. Same thing, head, thorax, abdomen, and then the wings go up and out. So I come out of the thorax, go up, and right here, I'm going to, at the thorax middle section, I'm going to go out again, and then I can make a wavy line. Go up, go down, make a wavy line. There's the top set of wings for your butterfly. The bottom set of wings. Do you see down here how they kind of climb up into his body? That's going to help make it look more like a butterfly or a moth. So once again, I'm going to go up here a little bit and down and out, and then make another wavy connected line. This is a simple way to make either a dragonfly or a butterfly. All right, I'm going to move on. Pull this part down. Now we get to the fun part of adding details. Adding the details is always a fun part in art class. Don't forget your bug insect has some eyes. Two little ovals at the top make simple eyes. Don't forget the antenna, like your art teacher's wearing, come right out of the head, not out of this, the thorax. So off I go, up and out, making two antennae. Patterns. This is back when we come to this word, symmetry. Remember this? Same on both sides. This beetle does not have symmetry, polka dots on one side and stripes on the other. So let's think about that as you decide what pattern you want. All patterns are welcome, all right? So have fun. Maybe don't write words across it, but actually just use shapes and patterned lines. We've already added this, the Y shape at the bottom. When I look at this one, maybe the circles, I've tried really hard to make them the same on both sides. This one as well. These are just suggestions. You can make whatever pattern you want. It doesn't have to look like my pattern. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. My pattern is going to cross the abdomen. Maybe I'll do a line. My line is a little curvy, so instead of making straight, flat lines, think of making your line have a little bit of a smile to it. A little bit of a smile, that's going to make it look rounded. Remember, we're trying to make insects that look real. That rounded smile line is going to help. So I'm curving the line. Some lines could be close together. Some could be far apart. Maybe you'll put circles. It's the same 1, 2, 1, 2 on both sides. Make your choice of design and pattern. You could even make a triangular shape if you made it the same on both sides. Your choice. All right, let's say that I'm done drawing my beetle and the pattern. When you decide to draw the pattern on the butterfly or the, oh my goodness, why can't I think of the name of that? Dragonfly. There you go. Either one of these, same thing. Try and get the pattern the same on both sides. Symmetry. I like to draw a wavy pattern down both sides. Maybe your pattern will have a straight line. Maybe it will come out on both sides. Maybe it will go this way on both sides. Big circle, little circle, little circle, big circle. Your choice as you decide. Maybe look at pictures online, or if you have a book at home to look at, a picture of an insect for pattern. Don't forget they have the eyes and the antenna as well. Have fun drawing the pattern inside whatever you decide to do. Make it the same on both sides. All right? Now I want to show you the next thing we're going to talk about, making this insect look real. We talk about this sometimes in the art room, And when we just did those charcoal drawings of your Black History Month hero, some of you did Obama and Martin Luther King and Maya Angelou, lots of different people, even Michelle Obama. When you did that charcoal drawing, we talked a lot about this, shading, making something go from dark to medium to very, very light. You can do this with just a regular pencil. So if you don't have tools at home besides a pencil, you can still make some pretty cool art with shading. So I'm going to show you what I've done to start with that. Here's a couple insects that I've been working on. Some of you may have some colors at home. You could do this with colored pencil or even a crayon or oil pastel. You can still use this technique of shading by pushing hard, gets it dark, let up a little bit, it gets medium, barely touch the paper, it gets lighter. Sometimes we can even use our finger to smear a little bit in certain tools that we use. But pressing hard is what's going to make it dark. What you need to think about when you're doing this is to not use the pencil straight up and down like you would write your name. Lay the pencil on its side. By laying the pencil on its side, you can press hard and get really awesome shading. This is a great tool. Even if you just have a pencil, you can make your bug look real. So here's a bug example that I've made where I started making it with shading. The thing I want you to think about, we talk about the light and how we're not going to put a sunshine in our paper today. Just think about where the light is coming from. And today, your flashlight or light, sunlight is shining straight down on the center of the bug, right on the middle of his back. That's where the light is shining brightest, like a spotlight. So the edge of the bug is the darkest area. Think back to when we made those pumpkins way back in the fall. And we had a dark side and a light side. You're going to do that with your bug. So press hard around the edge of the bug. Instead of using it straight up and down like this, try really hard to hold your pencil differently on its side, like an artist. You have to push and push and push and maybe go over it several times to get it super duper dark. So that's what I'm doing. Pushing hard, getting it really dark, all the way around the edge. Now, as I come into the center of the thorax here, I'm going to start getting lighter. The next layer of circle around, I'm not pushing quite as hard. I'm getting it a little bit lighter. Circle, circle, I make little gestures of circle. I'm going almost to the middle, but in the very center, I'm not even going to put any pencil color at all. I'm just going to leave it white. Here I go, light, 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 light. And now I've completed the thorax shading, dark to medium to light. There's that flashlight look right in the middle of it. So here I go. Maybe you've made some patterns though on your bug. It still works. You can still do this technique. So let's say you want this stripe to be very dark. So I'm going to make it dark, medium, and light. I do the same on this side. Dark, medium, and light. No color right at the center. I can even use my finger to shade it a little bit. So go ahead and have fun. If you want to color in a dot of color solid, that's fine. It still works. If I want a lighter pattern on this next one, I can still have it dark to medium to light, but just a little bit lighter than the last time. Each line or pattern, decide how dark you're going to make it. Go dark to medium to light. Remember, it needs to be the same on both sides. Even these legs and antenna can look real with shading. Right underneath one side of that hot dog or rectangular shape, put a very dark, dark line. can see a difference from that leg to this leg now because I pushed really hard to make it dark, dark, dark. Have fun filling in the details using shading. See if you can make your bugs look real. If you choose to use color, your colored pencils work really well as well. Remember, you can layer colored pencils right on top of each other like paint. So if you want an area darker, you can put a second color on top. I practiced up here, and on this area where I used a purple, I can still use another color on top and mix like paint. I'm putting dark blue on top of the purple over here and mixing as I go towards the center. Makes for beautiful colors, and you can mix as well. You could mix with your crayons as well. This would not work well with felt pens, so I don't recommend, if you're trying to make shading, it's very difficult to do with felt pens. All right, so paint or colored pencil or even a crayon would work. As you come down making pattern, have fun with whatever color you want. Enjoy the colors. I'm dropping my supplies just like I do in the art room. My students would all be laughing at me right now as I try and fumble along and hopefully not spill paint on the kid that's sitting right in front of me. Anyways, still hold this pencil on its side, pushing hard as you go in. Really colorful if you choose to. Still turns out really awesome if you do it in pencil. Have fun with this. I'd love to see what you produce. You could put your picture on your Google Art Classroom with your name so I know who it is. Tell me it's yours. And on Seesaw as well. I'd love to see what you do. Have fun with this. Make 2 or 3 bugs. See if you can make ones with that are beetle shapes, some with wings. Try it all and enjoy. And don't forget that little video I'm posting about me as the bug catcher. It's a cartoon story that I drew and narrated. Hope to see you next time. Good luck, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.